melting the hours into endless haze.
What's up everyone, how are we doing? We are ready to start the episode number 12 of our challenge 42 times 42, and we are here in this beautiful corner of the world called Salou. We're gonna do one of the most famous and beautiful comarcas of Catalonia. We're gonna do Tarragonès. We will be departing tomorrow morning, so this is why we're doing today the intro, because tomorrow we're gonna be leaving very early in the morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning. There will be no light at all. Probably we're gonna be leaving with one of the front headlights to guide the route on the first steps, because the sun is not coming out until 7. As you can see, we are doing the chapter in English for the first time. This is a little attempt to see how it goes for our international subscribers. Let's see, just give us a comment and tell us how we did. And as you can see, this is Cala Font. This is where our hotel is based. This is where we will depart. Salou is in the south of Tarragonés. We will be heading north tomorrow to try to get to Tarragona. Salou is the heart of Costa Daurada. Costa Daurada, one of the major touristic hubs here in Catalonia. It's a stretch of sea that goes from South Barcelona into the delta of River Ebro. There is many towns like Salou, like Cambrils that we saw a couple of days ago. Beautiful beaches. Costa Daurada means golden coast. It's mainly because most of the beaches are of this very beautiful, fine, golden type of sand. So Riga, how would you have to say about the golden coast? Did you like it? Are you going to swim later on? Yeah, he's not much of a swimmer, he's more of a hunter, but probably he's gonna try it as well. We will be doing, as usual, 42.250 kilometers. The route is actually a little bit longer than that, because we're gonna have to avoid the port of Tarragona. It's an area full of petrochemical industry, so really not the place that you want to be running around. Actually, it's forbidden to go as a pedestrian in that area, so that will make the route around 46 kilometers. Considering that we leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, probably we should be back at the hotel around 2 o'clock. So as you can see, this is the first time that we're doing 2 chapters in the same week. It was fantastic. The bike camp, we did it yesterday. Today we are recovering. It was tough because the route passed by a lot of places where there was only fields of olive trees and almond trees. So, but apart from that, we discovered Reus, that it was a beautiful city, and I recommend you to watch that chapter. You can see the description to it in the comments. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see how the body responds after so little rest. So just come with us. Tarragonés, hopefully check in a few hours. Good morning everyone. Here we are. It's Saturday, very early in the morning, 5:45. We are ready to start with our next challenge. Very dark, so for this we are bringing a headlight today. We're going to be going to Tarragona, one of the most beautiful cities in Catalonia, with a lot of history, a lot of past, Roman past, medieval past. Here we are, running through the front coast of Salou. The name of the city comes from a Roman word, that it's Salou. You see that Salou is very known because of the nightlife. So I'm seeing a lot of people that they are returning back home from their night out. A lot of noise. I can imagine living here for the people that they live in these apartments. Must be very challenging. Thankfully, local police are doing their job fantastically. It's been 500 meters and I've seen 2 local police cars and 2 Mossos d'Esquadra cars. I think they got this under control. I don't see here happening the same issues that we have seen in Lloret de Mar, where things get a little bit out of control after 5 o'clock in the morning, where people come out of the clubs. Well, in the end, we are not needing much the headlights, because if there is something in Salou is that there is a lot of wide open avenues with a lot of light and a lot of lamp. You can't see really because it's still very dark,
but I will show you some pictures and some videos later on when I can take them with the daylight. I am just running by Ferrari land. That is one part of the Portaventura theme park. It is a massive theme park, the biggest theme park in Catalonia. It was opened in the 90s. Before that, there was no theme park, nothing close to that in Catalonia. The biggest thing was Tibidabo, that is a very small theme park in the mountain of Barcelona. So the theme park is built of different thematic areas: the Polynesia, the Mediterranean, the Far West, Mexico, China, etc., etc. And all the rides and the shows that happen in there are built thematically with the land that they are on. An aquatic park next to it that is as well massive, and this Ferrari land that was built just a few years ago. Really cool park for a really shitty team, unfortunately, especially this year. Ferrari, you suck. You should never have gotten rid of Carlos Sainz. Now you pay the consequences. By the way, if you're going to Fuerteventura, there is several hotels inside the park and the likes of the Disney walls and everything. The entrance costs, not sure nowadays, but probably around 40-50 euros, maybe a bit more, because there's different packs where you can get 2 parks or 2 days for the price of one, stuff like that. Sun's rising up, I think I'm falling in love. The sun is coming up. Just a couple of things that you need to know about Salou. First of all, it was the place where the king Jaume I, back in 1200, sorry, reconquered Mallorca from the Muslim Empire. And second, important to know as well, you probably heard of the light fountains of Salou. Very, very worth to watch. They are running in the evenings. They are made by the same architect that made the magic fountain of Montjuic in Barcelona. They are beautiful. Alright, so that's 7 kilometers now, and we left Salou behind, and we just entered into Vilaseca, the next town of our route. In the Plaza de Studi is the main square here in the center of Vilaseca. You can see here they have the council house right here. The council house, sorry, the city hall. Right behind me is the Iglesia de Santa Esteba, built between the late 1500s and the early 1600s. And as you can see here, it's massive. It's actually very big here in the square. Hi guys, so as we get to the 8th kilometer, we are so lucky to be here with the sun coming up, and here behind me we got the Castell de Vilaseca, which is from the 12th century. It's been refurbished and it's been remodeled a few times after that time. So we got there that belonged to the Solsina family, one of the families that is more linked to the history of this town. Actually, the town was called Vilaseca de Solsina at some point because of that. And also behind me, other of the important buildings of Vilaseca, this is the Celler. It's the wine depot, let's call it like that. It's where traditionally the grapes were stored and they were handled to produce the wine. So as you can see, Tarragonés, another important hub for modernism. We have seen during these 12 chapters a lot about modernism. We have seen stuff from Domènec Montaner, stuff from Gaudí. Now we are seeing stuff from Jujol. We've seen stuff from Rossinyol, from Dimona. In all the possible varieties of the art, we will see stuff about modernism. That is the biggest artistic variety that we can see in Catalonia, at least in terms of importance internationally. Probably some people would say like, well, actually there's more romantic stuff in Catalonia. Well, it's debatable. I think romantic is nice as well, but romantic is not just that characteristic of Catalonia. We're now very close to reach the 11th kilometer. We've been running for 1 hour 27 minutes, and the weather is fantastic at this time of the day, of course. Look at this. Hello, kitty cats. How are you? Oh yeah. There's a lot of kitty cats in this area. We will have to cross it again on the way back, because this is the only path that we can take to go from Vilaseca into Tarragona. We're crossing this south part of the town of La Canonja. That is one of these peripheral towns of Tarragona, with a lot of factories. At least we are able to run a little bit on, not on concrete, but wow, I'm actually shocked because I just saw here this big figure of a mammoth, and I thought, like, oh, that's very nice. It looks like a kid park, and they put a mammoth there just so you can play with it. But actually, no. In 2007, right here, there were some excavations going on, and it was found some mammoth tooth on the ground that they belong to a mammoth piece, nearly 1 million years old. Que alguien saque a bailar a la canonja que se muere de ganas. No, not la canonja, it's la morocha. Ta-da! Here we are. There you go. Look at this beautiful, beautiful church. Here we are, right at the center of La Canonja. We got the abbey. This is where the priest used to live. I'm not sure if there is still someone living in there. And here we have a self-portrait of Margaret. Very nice, very Picasso. A little bit of recovery, and we do it with bananas. We've been doing it every single chapter with bananas. We're keeping it natural, water and bananas. Now there was a chapter that we got some apples as well. It's working really well. The recovery for the muscles, especially in these hot temperatures, is very good with the banana, so I really recommend it for everyone. Another thing that I recommend is to have a very light breakfast and go to the toilet before any banana company that wants to do a sponsorship. Plátano de Canarias, bananas of Costa Rica, the Banana Republic, doesn't matter. Just call me, hello, call me. That big thing, that big arena that you see right behind me is the Palau de Sports de Catalunya. That's one of the biggest sports arenas that we can find in Tarragona. So we made it to the 14th kilometer, and you know what that means. Probably if you've been following the channel, you know that when we get to the 1/3 of the race, we celebrate it by cheering with one of our favorite beers. We have discovered already several beers in the world. This time we're going to Italy. We're going Italian because we're going to drink and we're going to cheer with Birra Moretti. Probably one of the most iconic beers in Europe. Definitely one of the most recognized Italian brands, with that beautiful, beautiful image of that mustached man in the label. By the way, there is a wrong belief that that is the founder of Birra Moretti, Luigi Moretti, but no, actually not. That is a picture that was taken in the 1940s from a man drinking in a trattoria, and well, it represented very well the motto of the beer companies, that it is slow, enjoy your life, you know, that's just like the Italian enjoying your lifestyle. Birra Moretti is a lager. It's very fruity. You can recognize the flavor because of that. And it was founded in 1859 by Luigi Moretti, as I said, in Udine, in Italy. Okay, so very easy to find as well in supermarkets. I really recommend that you give it a try, especially with the small shaped 33 centiliters bottle. So cheers. Salute! Look at this. These are the training grounds of Gimnàstic de Tarragona, the local football team here, playing right now in the 3rd level of Spanish football. Tarragona, one of the biggest towns in Catalonia, one of the biggest cities in Catalonia, a thriving place for tourism, and we're going to discover it together. 15 kilometers and we are into it. And we're crossing this Pineda, which is basically an extension of pine trees. We're going to focus the visit of Tarragonés in Salou, La Pineda and Tarragona. We are leaving out of the picture quite a few towns from the northern parts of the region. I would recommend you to check out Altafulla and Torredembarra. Those are two coastal towns that they are beautiful. Some of the best beaches in Costa Dorada are in there. Then I would recommend, if you are interested in culture, check out Roda de Bará as well in the north of the region. There is a Roman art there. To the inside of the town, of the region, you can see towns like Constantí and Las Plugas de Francolí as well. Very, very rich in cultural interest. I'm being quite surprised about the good network of paths that we got here in Tarragona. Actually very well signaled, and you know, you can see here, like for example this one in particular goes along the Francolí river, and it's very natural, doesn't even feel like you're in a city. Very, very nice. The Francolí river, it is the biggest, well, it's actually the main river crossing Tarragona. It just actually gets to the sea in the same city. It just comes up from Les Plugas de Francolí, and it's one river that gets formed by the junction of two smaller rivers, El Riu Sec and El Riu Melan. It doesn't have a lot of water. It's a small river, let's say like that, but it has been very important in the development of the city through the years. Alright, maybe a slight correction. It's not that it doesn't have a lot of water, it just simply doesn't have water at all. Very sad. We're just in this bridge in the river. And not a drop. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's 18 kilometers and the city is starting to wake up and thrive. We are here at one of the downtown centers of Plaza de las Corts Catalanas, and behind me, La Torre dels Vents, the Tower of Winds. Local celebrations of Tarragona happen now in September. It's called the Fiestas de Santa Tecla, in honor of the saint protecting the city. So you can see here right behind me, there's the sculpture to the castells, these human castles that Catalans build in their celebrations. And let me explain you how it works. Basically, what you can see here, the castles receive their names depending on the levels that they have. So for example, at Tres de Nou, that it would be a tree of 9, it would be a castle 9-story high, 9 levels of people high, and with a structure of 3 people in every level. The biggest part of the band just joins together at the base just to create a very strong foundation for the people to start building up the levels. That counts as the first level, and then we get different levels of people. So for example, in this case in particular of this sculpture, we are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 of 7. 4, 4 de 7, how we say it in Catalan. And then you can see at the very top, normally you have the youngest one of the crew, that it is called the Anchaneta. It's the one with the biggest responsibility that has to reach to the top and then raise a hand. That means that the castle has been crowned, and then it needs to be discharged. And equally important, those guys right over here, La Copla, that is the musical band with the traditional instruments. They are the ones that they play the music that guides the stages of the construction of the castle. So it's 20 kilometers right now, and we made it to one of the most iconic spots in Tarragona. We are at the balcony of the Mediterranean. This beautiful, beautiful place where to overwatch the port, where you can see the sea, and right over there, the amphitheater, the Roman amphitheater. Right at the end of the Rambla Nova, all this little avenue that we have been crossing from one side to the other. Now we're gonna go into the old town. It's 21 kilometers, so that you know what that means. We are reaching the the equator of today's. Half of the marathon is done now, and these that we are going through, as you can see here, all here you're going to see it better. This is a path that goes along the walls of the city. The walls of the city, they were originally Roman. Then during the medieval times they were built on top of the Roman walls, and actually today they're still standing in great parts of the city, which is very surprising because most of the cities in the 19th, 18th century, when they started growing, like Barcelona, they had to pull down the walls so they could continue to grow the city. In Tarragona actually they stayed, and you can see here they are in very good point of conservation. So here we are in one of the old entrances to the old city, right here deep inside the old town, and we're going to go to see the cathedral. Running around in the old town, running around in the old town. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the majestic cathedral of Tarragona right behind me. This cathedral was started in the 12th century. It was finished later on because it had many different renovations. It was built over the Romanic temple, but then it has some styles of Romanic and Gothic and Baroque as well. You can see as well that if you go underneath the cathedral, you can find Roman archaeology. And in this square where now the Mercadillo is being set up, this is where in the Roman times it was built the Forum. Now there's only these walls in here that they are standing, but the rest is lost. But just to let you know, the Forum in the Roman times was the place where the town would gather and normally make some decisions by public announcements and as well public decisions or votings. Here we are at the gardens of San Antonio, and you can see here behind me, this was one of the other doors to get into the old town. You see the wall as well, very well conserved in here. Here you can see that has been restored, and for example in that side over there you can see there's more of the old construction, a little bit rough. And on the other side of the square we have the Diputación de Tarragona. So Tarragona is known for the culture, for the heritage, but also for the quality of the beaches. You got many beaches to choose, like Sabinosa, like Playa Llarga, and the most famous one, the one here in the center, is Platja del Miracle, one of the most visited and actually one of the most beautiful beaches that you can find in an urban environment. Enjoy it. Unfortunately you cannot see much from here, but you can see those arches over there. This is the Roman amphitheater. It's not a chance to get a good picture from here, so I'll try to show you some pictures. It's a beautiful heritage piece, more than 2,000 years of history, gladiators, and different fights happened in here during the Roman Empire era. And right now, very well conserved. It's amazing how they used the descent of this part of terrain to build the stands, so they didn't have to do a lot of engineering. Okay, so we got 25 kilometers now, and everything that you see behind me is, under my honest opinion, the neighborhood with more soul here in Tarragona. It's the neighborhood of El Serrallo. It's the one built around the harbor of the city, very small distance between all the buildings, and it's known because of the gastronomy. It kind of mirrors a little bit the spirit of La Barceloneta in Barcelona. So here right behind me, the ruins of the Roman theater. As you can see, they built these metallic stands now to try to represent, at least to get you to imagine how the original stands were. Because the original stone stands, you can see that they have been pretty much lost to the past of years. How the city through the last few years has managed to recover what it was under the rubble, because it is true that through many years all the Roman legacy was really lost through the last few years, especially in the last half of the 20th century, and with declaration from UNESCO of the city as humanity patrimony. The Roman Forum. Okay, the one that we saw before was the provincial forum, and this one is the Roman Forum. As you can see, it's now under renovations as well, but there's quite a few pieces of the forum that they are still remaining. But you can see those capitals, the columns are over there, they're still standing, and you can see as well the little outside wall as well, still standing, and part of the middle building. Right behind me, the local market, this modernist building. So you can see, look at this. These arches over there, they are completely different from the usual arches that we see in all the type of the streets. As you can see behind me on that square, most of the stands and the bars and the kiosks that were there's going to be beer flowing and wine and sandwiches during the fiestas of Santa Tecla, that they are happening literally in 4 days from now. It's going to be 1 week of celebration in the town of Tarragona. If you have the chance to come, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Do it. Okay, so everything that you saw back there, I couldn't get closer than that. It's the necropolis, Paleo-Christian necropolis, but it's turned into a museum. This is again another crossing over the drive Francoli. So we're leaving now Tarragona. Now we're going to be heading towards the same stretch where we came in to avoid the industrial area, but then we will be heading to the beach again, and we will head to La Pineda, the last step of our journey. It's 32 kilometers now, and I'm in this little neighborhood of Bonavista. Looks like a nice place, a lot of council houses and a lot of expensive cars underneath. You know what that means. Myself, and I've seen on one of the panels, information panels, there is an evacuation plan, and it's basically because there are all these petrochemical companies here around the area, and there needs to be a contingency plan and some sort of planning for in case that something goes tits. And you know, that's confinement. There's instructions of what they need to do, and the type of evacuations depending on the disaster. So really scary to be playing in the city square and you have that panel right over there. We are crossing again La Canonja, this time on the way back, and we are following, you can see here on the floor, this green line. It's called, look, there's a tire in it. It's called the green ring of La Canonja. It's supposed to be like a green path. Very nice. The only problem that we have is that really doesn't, it's not a green path. It's more like just bordering all the industrial sides. Look, there's a dechayeria, that's the garbage place. Not really the greenest of the paths that I've seen in my life. But good try, La Canonja. Good try. Really scary, because here literally you are surrounded by all these factories, petrochemicals, whatever. And I know they generate a lot of business and a lot of working places, but definitely you can even feel it in the air. It's just like there's that sort of metallic taste. Definitely living here for a long time, and the contamination levels can be just crazy. Actually, I'm gonna take my words back, because the last kilometer has been completely into the wild. No construction site or any sort of warehouse around me, but as you can see, my favorite tree in the world, the pride of the Bash camp, and I guess from the Tarragonés as well, the olive tree. Olive trees, olive trees everywhere. Ooh, wow. That's 37 kilometers now, and we are crossing this bridge that will leave Vila Seca behind and will cross us to La Pineda. And it's actually very nice because it's made of this surface that is similar, like a carpet, similar to the one that you see in the running tracks. So it's very comfortable. Quite a relief after so many kilometers of stone and tarmac. Right behind me now you can see clearly the higher rise of Port Aventura. Right over there, the one on the top, the hottest one. It's a fall drop called Huracán Condor. That's in Mexico area. And the one that you can see at the very end, it's Shambhala. It's one of the fastest and highest roller coasters in Europe. And then a little bit closer, the smaller rings, those are from Dragon Can. That's like the main event, the one that was there in the opening in the early 90s, and actually one of the most visited rides in the park. So have you been in Portaventura? If you have, drop us a comment. Which is your favorite ride? Is it Huracán Condor? Is it Shambhala? Maybe it's Dragon Can? Just let us know. Just put it in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like the video. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. That's 41 kilometers already, and we are already inside La Pineda. La Pineda is this seaside resort. Still is part of Vila Seca, but it's very differential from other from other towns in the Costa Dorada. A little bit higher end type of tourism. Like for example here, right behind me, you got the hotel La Hacienda, but it's not the only luxurious hotel that we can see here. I can recall the Grand Palace Pineda, called Stival Park, that it's very, very nice. So they normally have a little bit of a higher standard than the ones that you can see in Salou. That's 42.50. We made it. The marathon is done. Little Tarragonés is conquered, and we celebrate it here with these fountains behind me. And they are not the fountains of Salou, but they are similar enough, don't you think? Actually, we can cross in here, so maybe we can just try to make it through. This is the finishing line in the best possible style. Okay, but now the job's not done. It's 6 hours 11 minutes, but now we need to make it till the end to Cap Salou. Still have 8 kilometers, so the idea was to try to finish in 7 hours independently of the distance. Now we need to make it even more complex, to try to finish in 7 hours, but with a much bigger distance. So let's do it. By the way, okay, look at this beautiful park. Very artistic. I wonder who did it. I guess we'll find out. Thing behind me, it's Aquapolis, big aquatic park. That's the Grand Palace that I was talking about before. You're only allowed to park in front if you have a nice car. If not, get out. Alright. So we made it back to Cap Salou, and whoo! But well, no worries. Promise is a promise. I'll try to get to the Camino de Ronda in some point this afternoon or tomorrow morning and take some videos of it. You can see what it is, because it's a beautiful, beautiful place. The biggest challenge so far until now. 2 chapters in 72 hours is nailed, is finished, is accomplished. I am tremendously proud. I have to give it to everyone helping me, and first and foremost my 3 top subscribers, my beautiful wife Una, and my kids Maris and Kai. They are the ones supporting me. They give me the time, they give me the space, they give me the peace of mind to do this. I would not be able to do this without them. Thank you very much. Stay with Milu, the 3 of you. Hello there. So a promise is a promise, and today we are just walking around the Camino de Ronda, which stretches by miles around the coast, so you can just walk it through and walk into these beautiful small beaches that you got all along the Catalan coast. It's very typical in the north, in the Costa Brava, but here as well in Costa Dorada you got kilometers of this pathway. Very quiet today, beautiful day for swimming. From time to time you get these little spots where it tells you exactly how much is the distance. This one, for example, that goes out from here, from Calafón, goes for 45 minutes up to the Playa de Levant in Salou, there to the right. And if you go to the left, you can go up to the lighthouse for 33 minutes. It's 1.9 kilometers. So this is the last day in Costa Dorada. It's been a very welcoming piece of land for us. We enjoyed the fantastic weather. We enjoyed the beautiful places for running. We enjoyed a lot of culture and heritage. Nice Roman, medieval, and art. We have seen pieces of art of some of the best architects and artists of Catalonia. And we did 2 chapters in 3 days, something that we never thought it was going to be possible just a few months ago. It's 12 chapters already of our adventure. It's amazing. Thank you very much for the support that I'm getting from you. This is wonderful. And let's see where we go next month. Maybe it's a good opportunity to do some of the chapters in the Pyrenees. Thank you very much for watching this. We will continue producing some good quality. We will continue producing some nice videos that I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I get to see you next week. Thank you very much. 42 per 42, this continues.